Right, mailbag. I've got a bit of a pile here, and we'll start with this one. Because I think this is one of the things that my wife wanted. Yes, it is.
Yay! Thank you, darling.
Yes, I don't know what the hell they are. Thing noodle thing.
They make pom-poms.
Yeah, not mine. I'll take those out the frame. Right, next. I don't know. Right. Although that said, a friend of mine does actually do knitting. You know, hey, it's a hobby. Nothing wrong with that. It's a skill. I'm not able to do it. You know, I'm going to diss people for doing it. I'm sure there's lots of people out there who can't knit. I know I'm one of them. Right, here is a little bag of little container of thermal grease. Another one, so I've now got a couple of these. I did do one previously where it's with a little spreader thing as well, which you can actually use as a case opening tool, which I've forgotten a term for right now for some reason. Anyway, next piece. These are some thermal transfer pads, heat transfer pads, different thicknesses. There's been a few times I wished I had some, so now I've got some. I'm sure they'll come in handy. You know, trying to heat sink an IC with a nearby panel or something like that. You know, and they weren't that expensive. I'm not sure what sizes those are. I think it's 1mm and 2mm. I think something like that. I bought a few different ones from different people. Do one of these ones. Go from the bottom for a change. What's this one? This is heat shrink. Looks like about 16mm or something like that. I think it's 5 meters. Something crazy like that. Try this one. More heat shrink. It's like a couple of different sizes. Oh, and there's a little thing in here too. Dear valued customer. Yeah, okay, just a feedback thing on. Alright, so what's this sizing? Don't know. We'll say about 30mm or something. And it's about probably another 16, is it, or 20mm? Smaller than that one, so I don't know. It's heat shrink. Yeah, I bought a lot of heat shrink recently, so it wouldn't surprise me if a lot of these are heat shrink. Oh look, more heat shrink. As you can see, this one's massive. I think that's 60mm. You know, I've been buying heat shrink traditionally from places like JCar or Dick Smith's Electronics formerly before that, whilst they existed, and whilst I did electronic stuff instead of home electronics, which is what probably killed them. Anyway, so I've started buying this stuff directly from China now because it's just way cheaper. What's this one? Oh look, more heat shrink. This is ridiculous. Yeah, it's all come at once. It's like Christmas or something. I don't know. So there's a few sizes here. What's that, about 1mm or probably 1.5mm? Maybe 2mm. Probably 2mm. Probably, what's that, 4 or 5mm? Probably about 15 or something. So yeah, there you go. Heat shrinks. Right. Last thing. It's only a 4-minute video so far. It's pretty quick. Right. I'm going to open this carefully because I think I know what's inside it. I don't want to cut it. Right. So, yep, there we go. More Prodigy merchandise. That's a bit of a phase, mate. So, we have a ladies large. It's supposed to be a small. Okay. It doesn't look like a large either. Supposed to be a small. That is made me shirt, obviously. So I'll get some stuff whilst it's available and what have you. And I still can't fold stuff. And what's this one? Hope they haven't got it mixed up and given me a ladies large and a men's small. That'd be really inconvenient. Ladies medium. Right, so these aren't what I ordered. Oh dear. Right, for a start, I'm not a lady. Yeah, okay. That may require an email. Ladies medium, well, okay. I'm sure I ordered small. And it says large, not ladies large. We'll see how we go. Right. Anyway, that's the mailbag. And usual stuff. Catch you later. Bye. Okay, a bit of mailbag. So I've got a few items here. I know what this is. I think I know what that is. I can tell what that is. And I think I know what this is too. So none of these are really surprises for me. This one here is a bit of a giveaway. Prototyping boards. Don't forget to subscribe as well. Subscribe and give us a thumbs up for the video if you like it. I've been forgetting to say that at the beginnings, so make sure you do. You know, if this interests you, or any of my stuff interests you, then remember to do that. Okay, so here we go. Now, these are my new boards for the Encoder Modification. Let's try and get one out. So I've redone the layout slightly, added some different parts, added some more noise suppression and stuff on here as well, and I've now installed a Max IC which hopefully has enough room. It looks like it does, so fingers crossed. I knew it was going to be close, but that looks okay. So hopefully I haven't made any mistakes on here. So these are some bypass caps here, they're in parallel, different values, just to help smooth out the power supply going to the Max, which is running the display. So yeah, listen, this should be the final variation, or the final version of this particular board. Well, at least I hope so. That's right on the edge, right on the edge there. That's a bit close, I might have to move that if I do any more. That side's okay. So they look okay. Quality looks fine from what I can tell. So I started using Elecro for this stuff because I like to use these yellow boards, and I was using PCBWay before, which worked fine. The quality was okay. Elecro's slightly better. Time wise, I think they're about the same. Elecro might be slightly faster, maybe a day or two. But PCBWay charge extra for the coloured black. Oh God, what's it called? The overlay, the text overlay. The solder mask, which is the yellow, and the. It's on the tip of my tongue. I forgot what it's called. Anyway, the black text on and black markings on the yellow costs more than PCBWay, but Elecro don't charge extra for that. So you may notice here the slot here is slightly longer than this one because I had to make the board a fraction bigger to allow for this IC. but it should have room. The board still has to be centered, but it gives me a bit more room to, you know, bolt it in and stuff like that, so it shouldn't really be an issue. Right, this, I think I know what this is too. And now it's probably a bit late actually. So if you haven't seen my other videos about my Cobra modification, well, it's not necessarily just the Cobra, but it's other stuff too. Right, yeah. If you haven't seen my video on the Cobra, then go and have a look, because that's, if you're interested in CB radio, hand radio, extra channel conversion, stuff like that, or if you want to see that project I'm doing, then go and have a look. There's currently 12 videos on the whole project so far. Video 13 is hopefully going to be the last one, which will involve this board. So anyway, so these are some MacBook Pro hard drive screws. I already had some. I purchased from someone else, and these ones ordered a couple from different places at the same time, and this one took what, 2 weeks longer to get here. That's right. Wasn't in particular rush for them, but this would have been nice. You know, it's candy sort of having these sort of things laying around, you know. So right, get the blade out to help it. So these are just some more thermal pads. I did some, what could the last video? Was it might have been, it could have been earlier in this video, I can't remember now. Because I just do lots of Mailbag Siglents, join them all together. So, this is probably obvious when you watch them. This is a 5mm thick thermal pad. You know, if you've got a big gap between bits of gear, yeah, it could be handy. Right, so, yeah, looks interesting, right? Yeah, so I'll use it for something one day. But well, you know, I'd rather have them now than when I go to need them and find I don't have any. So this is the last thing. I know what this is. This isn't something I've purchased. This is something I've been given to work on. Someone's asked me to repair some radios of theirs. So these arrived today. I have to need to email the guy and just tell him it's turned up. So we'll see what we got in here. He did sort of kind of say what he had, but it wasn't overly clear about what was going on with them. So let's see. AX144. Meter is stuck, I can see that straight away. Yeah. Hey, do you know what? I've worked on this radio before. I'm pretty sure. This here is a label mark. You can see it in the light. You can see there's been a label there. That is exactly the same size and placement of labels that I use. It looks like I might have actually done this radio previously, some time ago. We'll find out now. Power cord. Yeah. Do need that, but you know. Microphone, which apparently isn't working properly, or needs wiring up or something, or something like that. I'll have to look. It feels really stiff. And again in Grant XL, a strangely shaped front panel. The panel's curved. I've never seen that before. I've never noticed it before. That's strange. Must be a different version I haven't seen before. Don't know. Interesting. So I was checking for my signs of my stickers being on it, but no, there's nothing on this one. So yeah, so I'll have to see what's going on with these. Shame there's a knob missing. That's always a shame to see that. Yeah. All feels kind of okay. So I have to see what's going on with these radios. That'll probably be the next piece I'll do. So that's the mailbag for now, and yeah, so there'll be a video on these radios coming up soon. Catch you later.